Thank you very much, Carla. Yeah, I would like to welcome all the participants in this webinar. For us, it's very important to have the opportunity to share with other people what we have done. Moving is going to the end. We will finish the project in August 2024. So it's a good opportunity to share all our results. I would like to do a short presentation for those that are not so familiar with what we have done so far. Okay, so our main objective was to build capacities and co-develop relevant policy frameworks across Europe for the establishment of new or upgraded, upscale value chains that might contribute to the resilience and sustainability of mountain areas, always working with a bottom-up participatory approach in which we involve value chain actors, stakeholders, and policymakers. In short, we tried to analyze what is the role that value chains can play, mountain value chains can play in the resilience and sustainability of European mountain areas. Our point of departure is that mountains are not enough valued, especially if we consider that they are the ecological backbone of Europe, both because they cover almost 1/3 of the territory. They concentrate in very important biodiversity hotspots, providing essential ecosystem services, and very important, they are the water reservoirs of Europe. But also they are very important in socioeconomic terms because they are valorizing natural resources through the local economy. There's like a 1/5 of the European farm households are considered mountain farms, and also because all the provision they do of private and public goods like food, water, energy, landscapes, biodiversity, but also culture and traditions. So if we look at European mountains, we found a huge diversity of contexts and developmental levels, but we also found very little data when we zoom in at the local level. Uh, we realized that we need to value local knowledge, perceptions, and expectation. There's very few research on that. We should move from beyond a one-size-fits-all approach to recognize the specificity, the context specificities. We need tailored solutions, and very important, we need to harness the unique aspects of our mountain areas in the policy making. We have worked in 23 mountain regions for all over Europe, not only European Union countries. You can see the high diversity of regions we have worked with. And in our amazing 4-year journey, I would say, we have a work first doing or delivering a theoretical, a conceptual framework that joined the social ecological system framework with the value chain framework. We have identified very important value chains in European mountain areas. We have an inventory of more than 450 value chains. We did initially a participatory analysis of the vulnerability of the land use systems that support mountain value chains. And then we did a value chain analysis, a cross comparison and benchmarking between different value chains. And finally, we did participatory multi-level foresight analysis. That is what we have done in our community of practices. So we move from value chains diversity to value chains analysis to value chains potential, and then to the future perspectives. And you are going to hear about especially the last results here, having in mind that our final very important deliverable would be a policy analysis and roadmap that can support the resilience and sustainability of European mountain areas. So we have worked always with a participatory approach, as I said at the beginning of this presentation, creating science society policy interface like this webinar that we are doing right now. always working with a multi-actor approach and creating the moving community of practice. This community of practice has been composed by 23 regional multi-actor platforms established in each of our mountain regions, and then the European level multi-actor platform that you are part of. But also we've boosted the young participation, and we had more than 500 young people involved in the project and giving their opinion about the future of mountain areas. So it has been very intense exercise of participation, as you can see here in these figures. As I said, we also develop our conceptual analytical framework. We have developed different visual tools to analyze the vulnerability of the land use and production system. You can access this through our website. We also did the analysis of our value chains, and we can say that they contribute to sustainability and resilience. The higher contribution is when we have an assemblage of value chains in a territory, not only one. And of course, the higher value is when these value chains are controlled by local actors. We found also that external actors are grabbing the image, the territorial identity, and the quality feeling that consumers have of this value chain. We also try to identify strategies to upgrade the value chains. We have worked in the role of knowledge-based approach and social learning, and definitely we can say that value chains had a high societal value to the mountains. And very important, value chains are what connect our mountain areas with both the lowlands, but quite often to the world through the export of different products and to this feeling of quality product that I mentioned. We also created or analyze our mountain value chains through 5 different clusters, one linked to demographic and social aspects, another to innovation and infrastructure, another one on territoriality, cooperation and governance. Fourth one was nature and ecosystem services. And finally, the last one was about value and quality products. So we cluster our value chain in these 5 clusters and try to find specific challenges, but very important, specific opportunities linked to these challenges, and also strategic options for the future policy strategies that are needed. You are going to learn a bit more about the foresight analysis that we did, but we have done 22 local foresight analysis, which in each territory we identify 4 foresight scenarios and also 5 cluster scenario and pan-European scenario analysis. And you will also learn about our policy analysis. So just to finish, what we would like to be the moving legacy? Some aspects. On our working method, we would like to highlight the importance of listening and amplifying the voices of over 1,000 mountain stakeholders that the project is doing. Also, our working method means that local knowledge has been validating scientific results and not the other way around. We have combined short and long-term perspective, and we have gone beyond case-by-case approach, but without losing the uniqueness of our mountain regions. And finally, we also would like to highlight that the territorial mountain diversity is a crucial asset of Europe, that we need more granular data, so we need to continue doing research on mountain areas. Our mountain areas need multi-level support at the European, national, regional, local levels. We need to change this idea when our mountain areas are defined in our policies as areas with natural constraints. It's like a negative look of this area. So we should move to this idea from highlighting the unique traits that create opportunities. And we need to change policy attention from compensation for these constraints to mix policy efforts that recognize the real contribution of mountain areas. So, in short, we need to unlock the power of mountain value chains for sustainability and resilience. Okay, thank you very much.